Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Let's Go Live Show. Yes, we're live. Believe it or not, we are live. Let's hope we're live anyway. But so we'll be continuing anyway and getting on with it and saying hello. How are you? We're going to be talking about what you don't want to talk about, which is going live. For those of you who are going live, you don't need to be here. It's for the people who are experts, coaches, authorities, and want to grow their business, but they're missing one element, which is going live. So this show is the Let's Go Live show, and it's every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And I'll be doing free trainings. I'll be talking about mindset and doing some, I'll do some recordings on how to set up a Facebook Live, because of course you can't do it at the same time you're actually having a Facebook Live, as well as YouTube and all that kind of thing. And as well, we're going to be talking to some entrepreneurs who already do it and ask them how it was for them and what the challenges were and what is the success they've had with it. So let's get started. I've already had one show. I talked about a few things. I talked about the outline of the show, and we'll be going over that again. As well, I've started to set up a Facebook public group, and I'm hoping to broadcast there soon. But I love broadcasting, multi-broadcasting, so I'm not sure if I want to just broadcast on one page, but we'll talk about that later. So this is the Let's Go Live show, and we are talking about sharing yourself to connect with your ILGO audience. You're out there, you know you need to share your knowledge, but people aren't just paying attention because, of course, you're live. You're not live. Who am I to talk about being live? Well, I'm Jane Gardner, and I work with my husband in my structural engineering firm for the last 22 years and a home office. So I know all about working with your husband, as well as we enjoy vacationing. We live in Western Canada, and I love to do memes, and I should do some more, as well as I like to produce a lot of websites. So we'll be looking at one of the websites you can contact me on later. But 2018, I got into TV, and I have 4 shows on Roku and Fire TV, and I have a TV system, the Ultimate TV Channel System program, which you can go from being invisible to having your own TV show in about 6 months, and actually your own TV channel, excuse me. And yes, I have 4 shows, and there are actually 4 channels on Roku and Amazon Fire. I should really have a link so you can go check them out. But I decided that I needed to do, even though it's been a while and everybody seems to think, oh, we all know how to do Facebook Live, there doesn't seem to be that many people on the internet actually doing live shows and coming out every week and being there and being authentic and being consistent in their broadcasting. And so, to be honest, yeah, I'm not going to have too many people to interview. But, it's time for everybody to just stop being so shy and getting on with getting on camera. But anyway, we are going to look at the outline. So I started last week, and I'll do a little bit more about why you need to go live on the Let's Go Live show outline. And then we're going to talk about mindset, which is actually the thing that is probably stopping you from getting on camera. And then we're going to talk about your studio setup. And then we're going to talk about doing video off camera, like this one right now, like with presentations and how you can do that. And then we'll talk about PowerPoint and some of the less expensive ones that you can use to create video, as well as we're going to talk about being on camera on video, and then, presenting it, and then, of course, obviously, we're going to talk about broadcasting and live streaming. So then we're going to talk about the free platforms to go live: Facebook Live, YouTube, LinkedIn, And of course, your mobile camera, phone, excuse me, on the phone on your mobile phone camera. And then we're going to talk about there's some technology there you may not be familiar with. And then we're going to talk about the free broadcasting software there is. There's OBS, which is Open Broadcasting Software source. And XSplit is what I'm using now. And of course, using your mobile phone to do free broadcasts and how you can use it to broadcast. And then I thought we would talk about the paid ones. So obviously Zoom is paid. XSplit, it has a higher level, as well as StreamYard and all the other ones that are paid broadcasting software that you can use in your business. And then multi-streaming broadcasting software. And how you can do what I'm doing now, which is broadcasting to various Facebook pages and YouTube. I don't do LinkedIn because, just so you know, LinkedIn does not like you just randomly broadcasting on their LinkedIn Live. Once you do get permission, they prefer that you set up an event and wait a couple of weeks and then broadcast. So maybe I'll do that this week, set it up and so that we can broadcast to LinkedIn Live as well. And then, of course, we're also going to be talking with entrepreneurs who have a show, ask them about the challenges and the rewards of having one. And we'll probably interview software companies as we grow. And we're going to do, of course, get on the camera challenge. We'll probably do that quarterly to try and get you on camera. And we're going to interview with those new entrepreneurs having success with their show or who did the challenge, etc. So we're going to have lots of things to go on this free show. But for now, let's go and do the training for today. And so today we're going to talk about why you need to go live. So you know and I know that you need to go live. That the easiest way for you to be seen is, of course, to be broadcasting live on camera yourself, not some AI or not some video or not some, cartoon character. You need to be seen. So you need to be seen where your ideal audience is. Then, of course, people need to get to know you, and they can get to know you by watching your show or watching what you're doing on the video and what you're talking about. And then, of course, they can connect with you and ask you questions. So maybe next week I'll have my Zoom link so that you can ask questions. But today I'm just doing this quick little thing. The next time we'll talk about mindset, which is a lot more important. And I'd love to hear about some of your challenges with the idea of getting on camera. And then people, of course, need to trust you. So they need to trust before they put their credit card into your system that you are real, that you're a person that they can trust, reliable, and that if they have any kind of issue with any payment or sales, that they can contact you. So you should always have a support, which reminds me, I've got to get a support system set up. And then those people who like you will stay to hear what you have to say, and they'll come back again and again if you have something of value for them. So this is why you need to go live. Some of the reasons. There are, of course, other reasons. You can probably get a higher conversion rate on anything that you do sell if people know who you are and what you're about and what you're saying and what you believe in. As well, so they're more likely to buy from you. And then, of course, there's the human touch of, watching you make flubs or watching you be imperfect makes them connect with you and develop a relationship, because all about sales is all about relationships, whether or not they're just a customer who buys once from you or they stay and become a client. You're still always having some kind of relationship. And of course, it helps with making it a less formal connection if you're on camera, because you can have a casual relationship, as they say, with these people. And of course, you can do diverse content if you do something like what we're doing now. I could go on a riff about know, like, and trust you, and but I'm not planning to do that. And of course, you can show rather than just telling people about they should be on camera. And so that's what I'm doing with this show is I'm just showing people why they should be on camera. Now, the actual technical, I've been thinking about that, and the actual technical how-tos, I might do that on a Saturday morning now that I've finished Build Your Business. We'll see. Obviously, if you're on my email list, you'll get notification, but that gives me a bit more time to answer questions. And of course, it's great for branding to have everybody know that you're about one certain thing, and you can call yourself, like I do, a visibility mentor or a TV channel producer. They get to know your brand, and of course video is easy to produce, and there's always good reasons for having video on Google and on YouTube, because there's all about the keywords and the search engine optimization, and becoming someone who, if I was to put Let's Go Live Show into Google, I've only done 2, so they probably won't show up yet, but in about 6 months, it'd be real easy for anyone to find me. So, anyway, that's one of the reasons to go live. And you need to go live because no one else is doing it in your niche. Let's get real. I mean, who's out there doing this every week? It's easy if you know what you're doing in terms of the actual mechanics, but because it attracts an audience of people who want to hear what you have to say. And you need to go live because you're seen as an expert and even as an influencer in your niche just by being on camera. And of course, you need to go live because other influencers will be attracted by you seeing that you are willing to be on camera and share your wisdom, and so they will want to come and share their wisdom on your show, because of course you have an audience that they want and to be known for. And of course they'll want to come and share your spotlight as your audience grows for your show. And to be honest, you don't really need a big audience for a show. I can do these shows easy. I'm not terribly worried about who sees the show when it's live. I mean, I'd like to have some questions, but not today. But later, I'd like to know that when people think of my name, they think of Jane. Oh, she does video. So why aren't you going on camera on a regular basis? So this is the question. This is a tough question, I know. Do you only go on camera when selling something on a webinar? I mean, how many times can you do a webinar? It takes some kind of production and putting together the list and putting together your outline for your webinar, etc. So you're not doing those every week. If you are, well, good. I'm glad you are. But that's basically a show. And but most people do a webinar maybe twice a year, and you know, I mean, how's that building a traffic for you if you're only on camera twice a year? And are you afraid of being on camera? Is that why you aren't doing on-camera video? And we can talk about that next time in mindset. And are you afraid of being imperfect and making mistakes? Well, I think if you've been watching any of my shows lately, you'll find I do lots of mistakes. So I am not afraid of that anymore. Are you afraid that no one will be interested in what you have to say? This is basically another mindset issue, which is another one we'll deal with next week, because, well, everybody wants to learn something. Are you afraid that you aren't an expert, so you shouldn't be sharing what you have to say? Are you, concerned that maybe they don't want to hear what you have to say? Or are you just overwhelmed by all the tech you might need in order to be on camera, and the thought of actually getting live on camera and doing a show or coming on camera once a week on a weekly basis that scares you to death? Well, we'll be going over some easy ways for you to do it without costing a lot of money. Obviously, there's lots of free platforms you can use. And are you unable to take the first step and get yourself on camera? So that's my story, of course. I'm called the former shy girl. I'm still shy, but I call myself the former shy girl when I do broadcast on podcast and talk about being on camera and TV and how it can help your business. Because I basically, you cannot find any pictures, well, barely any pictures of me except the Christmas photo of me as I grew up, because I was usually the one who got behind the camera and because I didn't want to be on camera. And of course, there's very few pictures of me. And now, of course, there's lots of video because I've been doing this in 2016. And that story will be for another day. But basically, it was a difficult step for me, and it's always sometimes difficult to get on camera on certain days. Or are you inconsistent with sharing on camera? You know, if you're only doing once a year or twice a year to do a webinar, then how are people going to get to know you? Do you feel invisible because you aren't on camera? Do you feel that no one really knows you and you'd like to share your knowledge and you try it, you make some social posts, and there's not the same interaction as you would know that you could do if you were on camera? Well, then why aren't you going on camera on a regular basis? So those are all the tough questions you can ask yourself, and ask yourself whether or not you want to try and get on camera. So your first step is asking yourself, what's holding you back from going on camera? Are you feeling self-conscious? Do you hate the sound of your own voice? Do you have the fear of looking unprofessional? So it's all, are you technically challenged at the idea of going on camera? These are some of the challenges that stop people from going on camera. And of course, if you're okay with going on camera, I do it all the time, then share your experience with being on camera at my new Facebook group, Let's Go Live Show, which you can go by using the tracking link of https://implement.club/let's go live. I just added a new Facebook public group, and I'll have to figure out, and maybe when I figure out, everybody will figure out how to go live on in a group, since Facebook took away the app. But for now, yeah. So let's collect somewhere, and maybe that will be a good place to start collecting experiences. So if you want to, of course, learn more about how to do a show, I have a book called 7 Steps to Produce Your First Show. It's free, and if you sign up at https://jane-gardner.com/live, you can get on the list for, and the first thing you'll get is the 7 steps to produce your first show, and it'll give you some idea on how to set up a studio, and then how to do a show, how easy it is if you plan it ahead of time. And of course, I'll have other resources for you on that list, because of course you'll get notifications of each show and what the topic's going to be. Now, obviously, there's no one here, so I do have a questions time period. And I'm sure there's lots of questions. But for now, go to https://jane-gardner.com/live, and you can sign up and, of course, get that book, 7 Steps. As well, I'm just finishing off on the free step in front of the camera training area, where I talk about various things on how to set up your studio. And they're all free trainings that I did last year, and I have to add a few on about lights. But otherwise, yeah, it's going to be basically, believe it or not, this is a 10 foot by 5 or 6 foot space with a desk, and I think it looks pretty good. And it's a studio, and I just keep it here in the corner of my basement with a green curtain hiding my very nasty basement, dark and dingy. And yeah, I look quite well. I don't look glamorous today, but you can do what you wish with your studio if you have broadcasting software. So next time we're going to be talking about mindset, and then we'll probably have some more ideas on mindset. Let's see, I've got a new website for Let's Get Visible show, which is on tomorrow, Thursday at 8 a.m., which is all about storytelling and how you can use it in your business to get more visible. And that's just one of the videos that I have for build your business on there. And I was thinking of just adding a page for the Let's Go Live show on there. But for now, yeah, that's where you can probably sign up to get on the Let's Get Visible notifications, which of course will also be notifications for the Let's Go Live show. But they'll probably have separate Zoom links. So yeah, next time it's about mindset, and yeah, it'd be great if you could come on and talk to me. And I got to get my LinkedIn event set up so that we can coordinate. So we're doing it LinkedIn Live as well at the same time. I like multi-broadcasting, obviously.